Hi, this is Joseph Schecker, and I'm gonna be presenting to you a lesson plan of the COE template. So like if you don't understand it or anything, I'm gonna be giving you an explanation on each section and then how it applies to the state standards in my state, Minnesota. So the classroom student factors slash grouping. This assists the instructor in considering like the qualities of the student and the classroom setting. So like on a basis of these variables, group methods can also be used to just see and how the student or students learned. So then you could adjust your lesson planning from there. Standards section are the learning objectives that will correspond with either the national, which is United States, or state curriculum requirements. So they could vary from state to state, and this will help the instruction that is more appropriate and fulfills their learning objectives they need to complete. The objectives section is the students are expected to attain by the end of the course. So, in other words, what they are expected to know by the end of when the course ends or class. Anticipatory set is a captivating, open, and draws in the students and brings up past information about the subject. Means of representation specifies a presentation method for the content and might be by using textbooks, movies, past lectures, demonstrations, hands-on learning, and making sure it is accessible to all students. Means of engagement. This is involving the students in active learning activities. Sorry. It might involve conversations, problem solving exercises, some group work, so students can better comprehend and being apply to what they are being taught by doing different activities. Means of expression. Students show that they will understand the instruction by doing this, and it might be done through a test, a presentation, writing projects, um, and doing classroom like role playing kind of activities. Differentiation. Students, this varies and demands are met by usually a differentiation of tactics depending on the interest and learning profile of the student. And it might help, you might have to change the procedure, the content, or the final outcome. And finally, extension activity homework. Students complete these assignments outside of the classroom to support their learning. They provide students with more practice and enhancing so then they can comprehend the subject matter. But then it also like it helps when they bring it to their home, their parents too can get a better understanding of what they are learning. And the importance of the alignment between the state standards, objectives, learning activities, and assessments. Um, the teachers are able to assess students' progress when there is alignment between state standards and learning objectives, as well as like examinations such as tests, like say autism tests and stuff like that. Students are evaluated consistently but fair when the assessments are aligned and intended to be for learning outcomes. How assessment data inform lesson planning, an example of what data could be used teachers are in a better position to make decisions and use those instruction and improve the student's outcome when they have a thorough understanding of the assessment data of this student. Like examples of accommodations, modifications, and differentiation for students to work with is like in sign language interpreters, which I am currently. I work with a coworker who she's does sign language for a couple deaf students and students with special needs, like autism, behaviors, stuff like that. I work with on a daily basis, and so I'm very well equipped with student special needs in the classroom and like gifted abilities. Autism falls under that bracket as well. I worked with a child who can recite a book, no problem. He didn't even need the book in front of him. And it just amazed me. And that was like the first time I actually worked with an autistic child. And to see how smart he was, even though he was busy, couldn't sit for circle time, anything like that. It was just amazing to see his ability on what he was able to learn. So that is my interpretation of lesson plan writing and giving a brief description of kind of how each category works and stuff like that. But I want to add to like examples of kind of helping kids in the classroom. Technology is a big thing now. That it's changed so much. I graduated high school in 2009, so I was in elementary school in the early 2000s and late 90s. So that was just textbooks and those projector sheets that the teacher would put the notes on there, and that's all you had. You copy the notes, they give you notes. But now it's like they have the smart boards, the Chromebooks, tablets, and cell phones and everything else. So when I see smart boards being utilized and stuff like that, I think that's a good visual learning, but I think we're getting too dependent on it. And that's my presentation.